Sports Splash on ABS TV, the Monday edition, and the first one for the week. Now, let's move on now with our first story on the show. Our first story on the show is the just concluded Anambra School Sports Festival. Anambra State Governor, His Excellency Professor Chukwuma Soludo, has assured of our continuous support towards sports development at the grassroots level through school sports. Governor Soludo gave the assurance at the Awka City Stadium on Friday, June 7th, 2024, during the closing ceremony of the 2024 Anambra School Sports Festival, a program of the Anambra, the Anambra Sports Solution Initiative, powered by the Anambra State Sports Development Commission under the leadership of Honorable Patrick Estate Onyedum. Governor Soludo affirmed that student athletes are discovered through the 2024 ANSI have the capacity of winning laurels at the national sporting events, with most of the athletes having the potentials to represent the state and the nation at the international sporting program. I want to assure you that my government will continue to support athletes who have excelled at the 2024 Anambra School Sports Festival by ensuring that they feature and represent the state at the upcoming National Youth Games later in the year, and also at the 2024 National Sports Festival. With the kind of athletes discovered from this year's competition, there is hope for Anambra and Nigeria in winning medals at the international championships. I have watched all the athletics event football finals at the just concluded 2024 Anambra Sports Solution Initiative. While watching the relay races, I felt like leaving my seat to assist some of the young athletes to push them over the finish line on time. He said, "You students have done wonderfully well, and I've come to congratulate you all, as well as all the participating schools and winners in the various events." He said Governor Soludo promised to improve on the financial support during the third edition of the Anambra Sports Solution Initiative come next year. He eulogized the ASSDC chairman, Honorable Onyedum, and his team for the success story recorded in the course of the competition. Community Secondary School Amanuke emerged the overall champions in the senior secondary school category with 20 gold medals ahead of Vision High School Newi, who finished second with 18 gold, and Stella Maris and Secondary School Umueri, who came third with 13 gold medals. For the junior category, Vision High School Nnewi were the champions with 19 gold ahead of a community secondary school Amanuke, who finished as the first runners-up with 12 gold, and Ado Girls Secondary School Onitsha with 9 gold medals. In the primary school cadet level, the development primary school Abata Nsubwe finished tops on the medals table with 15 gold ahead of Ovuaku Primary School Umueri, who finished second with 8 gold, as a Premier Primary School Aguleri settled for third place with 8 gold medals. In the track and field events, Jide Ije Chimamadi of Madonna Primary School Agolo won the gold medals in the 60 meters cadet finals for the girls ahead of Mmesoma Odo of Central School Nanka and Masi Enemo, who came second and third respectively. In the 60 meters cadet finals for boys, Azoka Mako of Irene Menaka Primary School Onitsha won the gold medal ahead of James Emmanuel of Abo Central School Newi, who settled for silver, and Ifan Chito King of Central Primary School Nanka, who came third, and Chibike Mbafulukwe of Nnamdi Azikiwe Secondary School Abagana won the gold medal in the 100 meters final senior for boys, beating Shedrack Onwe of New Newi High School and Akachukwu Onyejekwe of Holy Queens Secondary School Aguluzibo, who finished second and third respectively. Chisi Moria Odika of Federal Government College Nise was the fastest in the 100 meters final senior category, leapfrogging Chimamanda Okeke Felix of Rosa Mystica High School Agolo and Chioma Egenti of St. John of God Secondary School Oka to second and third place respectively. Onyebuchi Franklin of Boys Secondary School Orifite won gold in the 100 meters junior boys category ahead of Anayo Udokwe of St. Augustine College Nanka, who came second, and John Chukujeke Nwodo of Ostika Memorial College Nanka, who came third. And still talking about school sports, Miracle Daniel of Ado Girls Secondary School Onitsha won the gold medal for the 100 meters junior category, junior girls category, while Adeze Eze Ifedoba and Chikamso Chiokolo, both of Rosa Mystica High School, Agolo, settled for the silver and bronze medal respectively. For the football event, Igwedo Primary School Okoso won the gold for the under-12 boys and cadets, while Uli Central School Uli and Onkoraf the Great Academy Mbaku won the silver and bronze medals respectively. For the under-14 junior category, Community High School Nanka defeated Onkoraf the Great Academy Mbako in the finals to win the gold, while Bubendorf Memorial Grammar School Adazin Nuku won at the bronze medal. Still on football, Bubendorf Memorial Grammar School Adazin Nuku defeated Christ the King College Onitsha by 4-3 on penalties after 1-all regulation time to win the gold. That was in the under-18 category for boys that we see KC Onitsha settling for silver, while Nigeria Science and Technical College Nnewi took the bronze medal. Asia Comprehensive Secondary School Asia won the gold medal in the female under-18 category, ahead of Rosa Mystica High School Agolo, who won a silver, and St. Alphonsus Secondary School Mpo, who settled for bronze medal. So that's how it went down at the just concluded school sports festival in the state, and of course it was a delight to watch that over 786 schools are featured in the just concluded Anambra School Sports Festival, the second edition, and we had about 3,500 athletes also featuring in the school sports festival. Moving away from that, let's talk about a Super Eagles match later today against the Benin Republic. Let's tell you that Super Eagles head coach Finidi George said they have put behind Friday's 1-all draw with Bafana of South Africa and focusing on the next opponent, which is the Benin Republic, and looking for the first win of the FIFA World Cup qualifying campaign. Nigeria could only limp back to a lame 1-all draw against the visiting Bafana, the boys. Finidi said during the post-match interview, we started sloppy in the first half, we took over the game immediately. We scored in the second half. We missed chances overall. It was not a bad second half for us. The players reacted well in the second half, but it was not the kind of performance that we expected. We have to get our heads up and work for the next match against the Benin Republic. I am not happy about the point, said Finidi George. Nigeria will trade tackles with Benin Republic, and we hear the match will be starting by 5 p.m. later today, and it will be a reunion with the former Super Eagles coach Genotro. Yes, Genotro is the coach of the Benin Republic. So watch out for Benin Republic taking on the Super Eagles later today. The match starts by 5 p.m. out there in the capital of Benin Republic. And away from football for the moment, let's talk about other sports. This time combat sports, wrestling to be precise. Two Nigerian women wrestlers, Rafiatu Folashade Lawal and Joy Ogbonne Eze, have qualified for the Paris 2024 Olympic Games in their weight categories or weight classes after the International Weightlifting Federation, the IWF, recently ratified their qualifications. Rafiatu Lawal for the women's 59 kg and Joy Eze for the women's 71 kg secured 2 of the top 10 slots in their weight divisions based on the International Weightlifting Federation's Olympic qualification ranking finals. In a press statement sent to the Nigeria Olympic Committee, jointly signed by the IWF President Mohamed Jallo and JARA Secretary Antonio Uso, he said Antonio Uso made available to the President Nigeria Wrestling Federation, Dr. Ibrahim Abdul, the World Weightlifting Governing Body, wrote that it is delighted to inform the NOC that Lawal in the women's 59 kg and Eze in the women's 71 kg have both obtained the individual quotas enough to take part in the Paris 2024 Olympic Games. In accordance with the IOC IWF qualification system for the Games of the 33rd Olympiad, Paris 2024. We are pleased to inform that your National Olympic Committee NOC has obtained the following individual quotas in wrestling: Lawal Rafiatu Folashade in the women's 59 kg and Eze Joy Obonne in the women's 71 kg. We note that in accordance with the Olympic qualification system, as per consequences due to anti-doping rule violations, the independent panel may withdraw some of or all the quota places. Reacting to the development, the President, Nigeria Wrestling Federation, Dr. Ibrahim Abdul, praised that the hard work of both weightlifters and assured them of adequate preparations for the Olympic Games. He said that the NWF, in conjunction with the NOC and the Ministry of Sports, will ensure both Rafiatu Folashade and Joy Eze do not lack anything during the preparations to ensure they give Nigeria a good representation in Paris. He explained that the two athletes would also participate in the 2-week camp in Paris before the Olympic commence. So Nigeria have two athletes, one in the 59 kg, Rafiatu Lawal, and also Joy Eze in the 71 kg. So we'll be watching out for them at the Olympics. It starts next month. Let's see how they perform. We know Nigeria has not done bad, and we talk about the aspect of weightlifting. Let's see how far they can go. If they can secure a podium position in the course of their event when the Olympic Games kicks off later next month. And back to football. Vincent Abubakar scored twice and Andre Onana saved the stoppage time penalty as Cameroon convincingly beat Cape Verde by 4-1 at the McBreeze first game. In McBreeze first game in charge of the indomitable Lions of Cameroon. Breeze's appointment in April had opened up a row between the country's football federation, FECAFOOT, and its Ministry of Sports about the Belgian coach's introduction to international management was largely stress-free. Cape Verde looked a shadow of the side which had reached the quarterfinals of the 2023 African Cup of Nations earlier this year, one round further than Cameroon had managed with set pieces, proving their undoing. The result in Yaoundé was beyond doubt when Onana saved Kevin Pina's penalty in the 94th minute, and the Manchester United goalkeeper was then fouled by Gilson Benchimol when he attempted to gather the loose ball on the goal line. The result takes the Central Africans back to the top of Group D in the African qualification for the 2026 FIFA World Cup, ahead of Libya on goal difference, with both teams on 7 points after their 3 games. Africa will have 9 sides at the expanded 2026 finals, with all qualifying group winners assured of a place in the United States, Mexico, and Canada. In Saturday's other qualifying tie, the Gambia trashed Seychelles by 5-1 in neutral Morocco to register their first victory in Group F. Northern Irishman John McKinstry was taking charge of the Scorpions for the first time, and the game was level at the break after Ryan Henriette cancelled out Mohamed Badamosi's opener for the West Africans. Musa Barrow's penalty restored the lead, and Badamosi netted again in between efforts from Yakuba Minte and St. Johnson forward Adama Sidibe as the Gambia is to victory in that match. The 4th round of qualifying matches will take place between Sunday and Tuesday, and the naming of Breeze as Indomitable Lions coach in April opened up a rift between Cameroon's sports ministry, and which announced the appointment, and FECAFOOT president Samuel Eto'o, the former Barcelona, Inter Milan, Chelsea striker, had previously, or rather reportedly, drawn up his own list of high-profile candidates for the role. The appointment appears to take FECAFOOT by surprise, and at the end of last month, it replaced Breeze with an interim coach, but then restated the 62-year-old 2 days later. Moving away from football now, let's talk about the game motorsports at Formula 1. George Russell took Mercedes' first pole position of the season ahead of Red Bull's Max Verstappen at the Canadian Grand Prix. Russell and Verstappen set identical lap times of 1 minute and 12 seconds. 1 minute and 12 seconds, but because the Britain banked his first, he will start the race from the first place. Lewis Hamilton could manage only 7th in the second Mercedes, as Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri locked out at the second row for McLaren. Ferrari failed to get either car into the top 10. Charles Leclerc 11th after winning last time out in Monaco with teammate Carlos Sainz on 12th. And the second Red Bull driver Sergio Perez was knocked out in the first session for the second consecutive race. The last time he was in the top 10 on the grid was 3 races ago, and that was in Miami. And Russell's pole seemed to come out of the blue after a difficult start to the 2024 season, but in fact it's the accumulation of a series of upgrades that have been put on the car over the past 4 races. And the cream on the top was a new front wing introduced in Monaco, where only Russell had it before both cars were used in Montreal. And congratulations to that man for his performance. That's George Russell for this his first time podium finish, and his being taking the checkered flag in the Formula 1. More races continue in the Formula 1. This will still have a lot of races until now to the month of December, and we're talking about up to 9 races more in the ongoing Formula 1 calendar. And now quickly to the world of athletics. British medal hope Katarina Johnson-Thompson has withdrawn from the remainder of the heptathlon at the European Athletics Championship happening in Rome out there in Italy. The reigning world number 31 had dropped to 9th place following the shot put, the third event of the opening day of the competition. Her coach Aston Moore said that the decision has been taken due to a small nego in her right leg. And 12 months after winning her second world title, Johnson-Thompson will bid for the first time Olympic medal in Paris coming up this summer, where 2-time champion Nafissatou Thiem will represent the Britain's main obstacle to gold. It is for that anticipated showdown that both athletes are aiming to be at their peak, and ultimately the reason why Johnson-Thompson has chosen not to continue in Italy. She ended the morning session 4th overall, running the 100 meters hurdles in a time of 13.66 seconds before clearing 1.83 meters in the high jump, and her deficit to Thiem, who led at the standings after a best in the high jump of 1.95 meters, increased to 318 points as a throw of 12.44 meters in the shot put left her 9th on Friday evening. Johnson-Thompson's decision to withdraw from was announced shortly before the heptathlon's 200 meters hit with the medals to be decided following the long jump, javelin and 800 meters event. And Belgium team ended day 1 track to win a 3 successive European title, but came under pressure from compatriot and Nordvit after 4 events in that one. And the 24-year-old had climbed to 5th with a shot put at best of 12.82 meters after earlier running 13.70 seconds in the 100 meters hurdles and clearing 1.83 meters in the high jump. You're watching Sports and Splash on ABS TV. Time for a very short break. When we'll come back on the show, we'll check out what's happening in the world of tennis, and the French Open has just been concluded. We'll tell you about Alex Zverev. We'll also tell you about Iga Swiatek, and also some football news on the sports show. It is still Sports Splash. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the show. It is still Sports Splash, the Monday edition of the show. The first half, we told you that Governor Soludo has assured of continuous support to grassroots sports development and also school sports. We told you how 3,500 athletes are featured at the just concluded 2024 Anambra Sports Solution Initiative, the Anambra School Sports Festival, which featured more than 780 schools in the state, primary and secondary schools, to be precise. We told you that the Super Eagles are now fully focused on their match against Benin Republic later today, the match which kickstarts by 5 p.m. And Finidi George is optimistic that the Super Eagles will get the better of their opponent at Benin Republic today in the qualifiers. We equally told you about Lawal Rafiatu, who will feature in the 59 kg class, and Joy Esde in the 71 kg class in Nigeria weightlifting at the Olympics, and they are set to jet out to Paris to participate in the training session, 2-week training session before the actual games that kickstart later that month, and that's for the world of wrestling. But still talking about other sports, and then we told you about George Russell and how he took the checkered flag for the Formula One. And then we move on now. We equally told you about Johnson Thompson and her exploits on the track, doing the races and also the high jump event. Moving away now from that, let's talk about what's happening in the world of tennis. Yes, the second Grand Slam of the year got concluded at the weekend. The first Grand Slam, Australian Open, ended. That was in January, and now the second Grand Slam for the year has come to a crescendo. It is at the French Open, and let's tell you that Iga Swiatek achieved the rare feat of winning a third successive French Open women's title with a comprehensive victory over Italian 12 seed Jasmine Paolini. And Poland's Swiatek continued her recent dominance on the Roland Garros clay with a 6-2, 6-1 win against a first-time major finalist Paolini, and the world #1 trailed by an early breaker but instantly hit back, winning 11 off the next 12 games to secure victory. It had secured a 23-year-old Swiatek a fourth title in Paris and a fifth Grand Slam triumph overall after her victory at the 2022 US Open. Swiatek follows Monica Seles and Justin Henin-Hardin into the record books as the only players to have claimed a three-peat in the women's singles since the Open era began in 1968. She is the youngest player in the Open era, which ushers in professionalism, to win 4 titles at the Roland Garros. And after sealing victory in little over an hour, Swiatek celebrated by sinking to her knees before dancing around the court, and we'll say congratulations to her. Still talking about the French Open, let's tell you that Spain's Carlos Alcaraz won the French Open title. Many thought he was destined to claim by edging a scrappy 5-set final against Germany's Alexander Zverev, and the third seed Alcaraz won 6-3, 2-6, 5-7, 6-1, 6-2 on the Roland Garros clay in a match that lasted almost 5 hours. He was below the level of confidence and consistency which enabled him to win his first 2 major finals at the US Open in 2022 and last year's Wimbledon. But the 21-year-old came through to become the youngest man to win the Grand Slam titles on all 3 surfaces. Clay was at the surface which Alcaraz grew up playing on it and in his hometown of Murcia, and the French Open event he dreamt of winning. He instantly fell on his knee in a celebration akin to 14-time champion Rafael Nadal when he took his first match point after 4 hours and 19 minutes with a forehand winner. And fourth seed Zverev, who was looking to finally land his first Grand Slam title, presented a formidable opponent after a 12-match winning streak on the red dirt. But the 27-year-old wait for the major title he has long been predicted to win continues after his second defeat in the Grand Slam final. We say congratulations to Zverev for that win. And now to some football news. Manchester United have put a 40 million price tag on exiled winger Jadon Sancho, who here Sancho spent the second half of last season on loan at Borussia Dortmund after falling out with manager Erik ten Hag. We hear the 24-year-old, helped Dortmund reach the Champions League final and played almost the whole game as the Bundesliga club excelled against Real Madrid before eventually losing to 2 late goals. It had been thought Sancho's Old Trafford future will be linked to Ten Hag's stay at the club, with the Dutchman still to discover whether he will get the chance to fulfill the final year of his contract. Reports say United will look to sell Sancho this summer, no matter who the manager is, and want £40 million for the England international. And Dortmund are keen for Sancho to return next season, but are looking for another loan deal. And United want a straight sale, knowing transfer funds will be limited because of a financial fair play FFP restrictions. And Sancho, who joined United from Dortmund for £72 million in July 2021, has 2 years left on his current contract. And still talking about football, Brazilian midfielder Luis Guilherme is set to have a medical with West Ham United this week as they close in on €30 million deal for the 18-year-old player. Palmeiras Guilherme would become West Ham's first signing since Julian Lopetegui replaced David Moyes as manager at the end of the season. Ions, director of a football team, Steltin, has been in Brazil trying to bust a new manager Lopetegui's squad, and the teenager will be the first signing since Steltin took control of the club's transfer dealings. And Guilherme made his Palmeiras debut as a 17-year-old in 2023 and played for the club in this season's Copa Libertadores, and we wish him all the best as he heads to West Ham United for pastures and new. And now time for us to check out the results of our matches played across the globe. We'll start here. Let's talk about match day 35 of the Nigeria Premier Football League in the NPFL, and it was on Saturday. Plateau United defeated Akwara United by 2-0. Katsina United obliterated Gombe United by 4-0. Elsewhere was Kano Pillars 1, Niger Tornadoes 1. Kano Pillars once again dropping points at home at the Sani Abacha Stadium. Bayelsa United, their game against Sporting Lagos ended in a 4-goal thriller. Ended 2-2. Heartland defeated Doma United by 3-1. It was Rivers United 1, 3SC nil. Sunshine Stars 2, Akwa United nil. Abia Warriors nil. Bendel Insurance nil. And Lobby Stars left it late as they defeated Insurance, or rather as they defeated Remo Stars by 3-2. While Rangers Enyimba match yesterday, it was a capacity crowd yesterday at the Nnamdi Azikiwe Stadium, but that match ended in a stalemate. Let's see what will be the decision of the league organizers as regards that match. But if it's actually a walkout, then of course you know it's usually 3 points and 3 goals. But let's watch out and see what the decision will be, because though yours sincerely was not there, but I heard there was a walkout. But we'll confirm what the decision will be by the NPFL officials later in the course of the league. And of course Rangers are galloping away, and looks like they may not just win this league, they may just win this league this time around. Now for the World Cup qualifiers, in the World Cup qualifier, let's focus on CAF. Let's tell you that in Group D, Cameroon defeated Cape Verde by 4-1. In Group E was Gambia 5, Seychelles 1. Djibouti played out a 1-1 draw against Ethiopia. In Group B, DR Congo defeated Togo by 1-0. Mauritania lost 0-1 at home to Senegal, while Group H, Sao Tome and Principe lost 0-1 to Liberia, and Namibia played out a goalless draw against Tunisia. There are actions for today in Group A. Guinea-Bissau will play Egypt, while Burkina Faso is at home at Ouagadougou to Sierra Leone. And in Group C, we told you already that Benin Republic will be taking on Nigeria. And in Group moving to other groups now. This time around, let's go to Group G. Somalia will play Botswana. Is Uganda taking on Algeria, and also watch out for Guinea taking on Mozambique. Those are the matches coming up in the World Cup qualifiers for the Confederation of African Football region, where Nigeria is also in that group, and we are not having a good performance thus far. And we hope we will get a win against Benin Republic later today. We wish all the Super Eagles all the very best, and let's hope they get all the 3 points, and of course which is needed to at least to secure the first win of the 2026 World Cup qualifiers. On that note, that's about the size of the show this morning, Sports Splash, the Monday edition. Thank you very much for being here. The show will make a return tomorrow for another episode. My name is Ike Moked. Have a lovely week, and remember to keep sporting. Bye bye now.
Solution,